So lying on your back, cuddle your knees into your chest and initially rock them in and out. Fingertips are doing the work, not your legs. They're just hanging about. And then let's circle our knees one way. This might help your back a little bit, Jan. Just get it moving. And then circle your knees the other way. Fingertips doing the work. Head central, shoulders relaxed back. Keep hold of your left leg, take your right leg down and push out through the heel of that straight leg so that it's engaging your quads and pressing your knee down towards the floor. And then circle the foot that's in the air. Just get the ankle moving. Oh, clickety click this morning. Pass your leg from left to right, drawing it down towards you and across your body from hand to hand. Still pushing out through the other heel. That's kind of stabilizing your pelvis a bit. And then we're going to take this leg straight up into a hamstring stretch. Oh my goodness. Hold the back of your thigh or calf or ankle, wherever you can reach. Let's point your toes. Oh, and then flex, push your heel away. Goodness, it's still tight in the morning. And then point your toes. And then flex. And then point. And flex. Twice more. Bend your right leg, the one that's on the floor. Pop your left ankle over your right thigh and push your knee away. And as you push your knee away, create a big arch behind your waist. So you flare your ribs deliberately. Flex your foot, push that knee away. So you're creating a big hollow between the waist and the floor. Stay there if you want, or draw the right thigh in and have a quick stretch. Right foot under right knee and the right hip, relaxed shoulders. So your alignment is bang on with that leg tracking up the right side of your body. Both feet are flexed and you are using that right leg for a bit of strength, a bit of power to pull it in. Super duper. And release. Take your arms wide, keep the ankle on the thigh and twist to your left. You might want to uncross your legs, Jan, if your back's a bit sore. Let your body just relax into that lying twist. Deep breath into your belly. And again. Slide your foot off your knee. Bring yourself back up to the top. A couple of pelvic tilts in the middle just to release your spine. Make sure it feels central. Draw your right leg in. Slide your left leg away. You can hold your thigh or your shin. You're pushing your heel away on the underneath straight leg, and you're going to circle the foot round on the right. Back to the beginning, Maria. There we go. So we're mobilizing all the joints on one leg, as it were, first, and then we'll mobilize them all on the other. And now we're going to pass this leg from left to right, drawing it down towards you and across from side to side. Did you see the Earthshot prize last night? Did you watch it, Cynthia? Good, wasn't it? Quite emotional. Have you not seen it? Oh. I think William's stepping up to the plate. Take your leg up, hold the back of your thigh, point your toes, flex your foot. Ooh, point your toes, flex your foot. What's his side like compared to the other one? Bit tight, Alison. That leg's not even straight. It's not like you. First thing in the morning, everything's tight. Okay, let's bend the underneath leg. Pop the ankle over the top. Push your knee away. Create a hollow behind your waist. Flex your foot. Feel how that starts to get the hip moving a little bit. Just that feeling in your buttock of, okay. Arching in the back of my waist and flaring the ribs off the floor helps. And then grab that left leg, pull it in. You've got the left foot under the left knee, under the left hip, in line with the left shoulder, and your shoulders are relaxed. Biceps are working. Left leg is helping you tremendously. Breathe. Simple little sequence of stretches for the hips, but very nice. Just to start to free up the legs a little bit. If you've been walking or digging or picking raspberries. Release that left foot to the floor. Take your arms wide. If you need to uncross your legs, please do. Twist your knees to the right. So you can leave the right one on top of the left as an extra weight. It just depends how your spine is. Let your head turn the other way. 2 big belly breaths. Not suggesting your belly's big, just that the breath should be. Slide the foot off. Lift one knee, lift the other knee, leave your arms out here at shoulder level. Now your pelvis is neutral to begin with. Take a breath in. Feet on the floor. Exhale, tuck your pelvis under. Inhale, release your spine and arch the ribs. Let your head and shoulders move as they wish. And again, feet, thighs, bottom, tuck your pelvis under. Inhale and release. So we're allowed to use the legs at this point. We're getting mobility of your spine. I'd like you to connect the breath with the movement. So exhale when you scoop your tummy down and push all the air out your lungs, and then inhale and you let your back arch and you draw all the air down. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, full breath. Exhale. Nice. Twice more. Allowing your shoulders to move, allowing your neck to move. And then finding the midpoint, making your feet feel light. It's as if you're about to lift them. You can suddenly feel your tummy squeezing and getting ready for action. Now let's breathe in. Leave your arms hanging, right knee out to the side. Just to a point where you feel like you're managing to keep your pelvis level. Inhale, bring it up to the top. Exhale, left knee out to the side. Inhale, bring it up to the top. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, vertical. So this starts easy and you think, oh, I'm just chilling out on the floor, doing an alternating knee lean. What a lovely start to the day. But I'm going to make it harder, of course. And it's important that you listen to your back and you listen to your technique, as it were. So if your technique starts to go and your knee starts to be a counterbalance, or your arms start to grip, or your head starts to push, it's time to back off. But of course, it might be that you can correct that technique and go a bit harder. But if you can't correct the technique, then it's better to do a lower level move. So you can stay with this, or you can fold one leg up to 90, take a breath, exhale, fold the second leg up to 90. Now you could be imprinted here. So if you were straining with your back, you could put your spine on the floor for support. But if you can keep neutral, then great. Arms are floppy and relaxed. Inhale. And then right knee out to the side on its own. Bring it back up so the whole leg moves. If you're in neutral, Helen, your legs are a bit too close towards your body. And then, yeah, left leg. If you're an imprint, they're in the right place. So you're alternating these legs out to the side, one at a time. Exactly the same movement as on the floor, really, other than your foot is moving with you. And you're just allowing that leg to go in the air as far as you feel you're able to without your pelvis tipping. So you have to really put your radar on your SI joints, on your lower back. And I can feel on one side, yeah, that feels really solid. On the other side, oh, I have to really think about it. And then you're going to, if you want to stay with this or drop down to the floor, you can. Put your knees together, your feet together, your ankles together. Inhale. Exhale, twist both knees to the left. Now you allow your pelvis to twist. So the right side of my SI joints and my bottom have come off the floor. And I'm in a twist, but I'm kind of managing my body weight on this kind of awkward place where I feel like I'd quite like to put my legs down, please. Inhale. And then wring out the flannel. Use your pelvic floor and your tummy and lift your legs back to vertical. You're either imprinted or neutral. Inhale. Other way, both legs. So we're not doing many. If this doesn't suit you, drop down. Take a breath in, find the brink where you're thinking, I wish she'd stop talking. And then exhale. Inhale, exhale, twist. Now, can you straighten out your top leg, keeping your knees together? So they're like an L shape, one up, one down. And then use your tummy to twist you back to vertical. Bend both knees. Over we go the other way. Straighten out your top leg, inhale. And then blow out. Really activate your waist. Bend both knees. Now I'm going to be nasty. Take both arms up and hug a tree. Meanie. Inhale. You're not going to go as far, folks. Twist both knees over. Straighten out one leg if you feel like it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice, Maria. And then squeeze your tummy, come back to vertical. Bend your knee. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, straighten. Don't let your arms be a counterbalance either. I know they want to sneak. Exhale, pull your legs to the top and bend your knee. Guess where this is going? Twist both knees to the side. Straighten out both legs. Dynamic and strong and pointy and lovely. And pull your legs back to vertical. You're still in neutral. Bend both knees. Inhale. Exhale, twist the other way. Please put your feet down if it doesn't suit you. Straighten out your legs. Oh, anybody feel like they're going to fall over? And then use your waist to pull your legs back up. Bend your knees. Release them to your armpits. Let them hang wide. And let's have a little rock from side to side. Well done. And then a big circle round, freeing up your lower back. And then changing direction. Your arms and fingertips are doing the work here. Nice. Bring your knees into the center. Place your feet down onto the floor. Now, we're going to have our feet together for a change. Feet together and knees together. And we're going to shoulder bridge. So if you hate it with your knees together, have them apart. Arms by your side, no cushions under your head. Take a breath in. Exhale, feet, thighs, bottom. So that's kind of like a Mexican wave of squeezing. Then you tuck your pelvis under and you post it under your diaphragm. And then you roll and peel your spine off the floor. My knees want to pop apart. I'm not letting them. When you get to your shoulder blades, take a breath here. Check that foot pressure is even. And roll down again. Sternum, ribs, sag in the middle. Tuck your bottom right under to get your waist down. Good. And then all the way to neutral. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, push down with your feet, squeeze your thighs, inner thighs working, bottom clenching, and then roll your spine up. Brilliant. Relaxed arms, lovely, really nice line. Inhale and roll down again. Keep those knees together. Beautifully done. All the way to neutral. Starting to add in arms. Inhale. Exhale, feet, thighs, bottom, tuck under, roll up. Relax your shoulders. Nice. If you're happy to, take your arms up and over and let them hang on the floor. Feel all right, Jan? Inhale, good. Yeah. Be careful. Now, my knees want to ping apart, but I'm not letting them. I'm using my inner thighs. Roll your spine down. Really tuck your tummy under your diaphragm. Try and hollow out and roll that lower back down before your pelvis and come down to neutral. Arms come down. Inhale. Let's go again. Feet, thighs, bottom, tuck under, hollow, roll yourself up. Arms up and over, leave them just off the floor. So the weight is on the top of your shoulder blades. And really enjoy as you come down. That extra little bit of pressure it puts through your thoracic spine, mobilizing your upper back nicely, all the way to neutral. Now your shoulders are getting a stretch. Bring your arms down. Adding on, if it doesn't suit you, keep both feet down. Inhale, exhale, legs, bottom, tummy, hollow and roll up. Now you could keep your arms by your side for extra security, or if you feel strong, you could take your arms up. Knees stay together, press into your right foot, right thigh, right buttock, talk to it and go, oh, come on then, hold me up, guys. Relax your left buttock and straighten out your left leg where it is. Exactly where it is, thigh next to thigh, knee next to knee. Slowly control the foot down. Your hips haven't moved at all. Squeeze your left thigh, left buttock, left foot. Relax the right buttock and straighten out the right leg. Brilliant. Bring it down. Going to go again, right side. Talk to it. Relax the left buttock and off you go, straighten. Control it down. Focus on the left, no wobbling. Right leg. Straighten. Relaxing that right thigh and buttock, using the left one. Control it down. Inhale. And melt your spine, keeping your knees together if you can. Tucking under, 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 under. Release to neutral. And arms down. Super. So take your feet a little bit hip width now. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder bridge again. Feet thighs bottom. Scoop the tummy and roll up. Now your knees are hip width apart. You can leave your arms here or you can take them up to the ceiling. Talk to your right thigh, right buttock. Now, instead of switching off the left buttock completely, keep the left buttock fired up and see if you can fold your left knee in. Bring it back down. See if you can keep both buttocks a little bit fired up and fold the right knee in. Bring it back down. And then fold the left knee in. Inhale on the way down. Squeeze, change, other leg. Squeeze, change, and roll down. Oh, tuck your pelvis under, tuck your pelvis under. When you get down, one knee in, other knee in, release. Brilliant. So we're going to do a little bit more ab work without lifting our heads. And we're going to do a reverse curl. So we've been on our back for ages, having a nice lie down this morning. We'll go on to our side in a minute. But we're going to do a reverse curl now. I'm going to give you a low move, a medium move, and a tougher move. The tougher move is actually taking your legs over your head more. So if it doesn't suit you to do that because your back feels tight or you've got a disc issue, don't do it, please. Yeah, be sensible. So feet on the floor, pelvis in neutral, arms relaxed. All you're going to do is inhale. Legs are out of the equation. They're completely floppy. You just go pelvic floor, low abs. Think of the pubic bone rocking up, the belly button going down, and you imprint. There is no pressing into your feet. There's no squeezing of your legs. You can prod your thighs and your bottom, and they're floppy. But all the power, you can feel it's like, oh yeah, there's some good squeezing going on there. But I want you to make sure that you're drawing your belly button down in a concave fashion, not tensing and pushing it out. And that starts with a pelvic floor lift and an internal feeling of being scooped out. And then release your spine back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale. Pelvic floor, rock your hips up towards your nose, draw your belly button south, become like a whippet, soften your rib cage, don't brace. So can you feel how localized that feeling is? It's amazing. And then release your spine. One more like this for those that want to stay here. You can stay here. Inhale, exhale. Pelvic floor seals all the pressure in the abdomen. Draw your belly down, scoop out, soften your face, soften your ribs, soften your legs, soften your arms, and release. Great. That's version 1. It's good. Fold your right leg in. Fold your left leg in. You're now in a 90-degree L shape. You're in neutral spine. You've still got a little gap behind your waist. If you know you're going to cheat with your arms, then it's time to hug a tree. But you could leave them down as well. Inhale. Exhale. Same thing. Pelvic floor, low tummy. Feel like you're dragging a sack of potatoes towards you. Your legs aren't helping at all. Your belly button's gone south. You're trying to anchor down just at the bottom of your rib cage. For those of us that rib flare, this is tough. And then you release your pelvis by letting your tummy muscles soften and you go back to neutral. That's all it is. It's a pelvic tilt in the air. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your pelvic floor. Draw your tummy down. Imprint. The breath, the softness of the shoulders matter. Inhale, release. The thighs move away from you. We're going to do one more. Inhale, let your feet be a bit lower, Helen. And Viv, a smidge lower with your feet. Exhale, yeah, tuck under. Just so that your feet don't lift and make life easy for you. Heaven forbid if we should do that. And then release. Now, there you are at neutral. We're going to start to add momentum, which feels a bit easy to start with. So I want you to tuck under and release. Tuck under and release. Tuck under and release. So you can only do this if your legs are in the air. It doesn't work on the floor very well. But you're actually letting your legs swing a bit. So you're actually letting your legs help you, and you get this sort of rocking so that your pelvis starts to peel off the floor a little bit. Still got to try to switch the thighs off and make sure they're doing the work, that your tummy's doing the work, not your legs. Last two, last one, and release. Cuddle your knees in for a minute. So there's a weird thing there where you're sort of letting your legs help you. You're letting the swing of your legs help you, but you've got to almost let the thigh, I think of the thigh hanging in the hip socket so that it's just sort of a bit of a lump that I'm tucking up towards me, using my abs to do it. So can you see what we've done? We've had levers on the floor, lots of control. Levers in the air, lots of control. More swing, more momentum. But you've got to kind of manage the weight. And when your legs go away from you, your back wants to arch, you're not letting it. So you're putting the brakes on. Next version, final version, is to take your legs straight up. Now, for some of you, this ain't going to be accessible. It'll depend on your hamstrings. It'll depend on your back. You might want your hands under your pelvis to start with. And all you're going to do is use your legs as the pendulum now. But I want you to connect that leg movement to the pelvis movement. So your legs come towards you, you've imprinted. Your legs go away from you. You allow a neutral spine. You've got to be in control here. Imprint, neutral. Imprint, hope you're exhaling, neutral. If you want to, I'm only doing a few, start to add a bit of speed. So your pelvis will just slightly come off the floor. When your legs go away, your tummy is the brake. And if you can, think I'm going to come round with a £50 note and pop it behind your waist. If you could just peel your hips up a little bit higher, it's yours. Good job, we're on Zoom. And when you go away from you, those legs might go to 45 degrees. Oh, yes, they do. Last three. Exhale, shoulders are relaxed, head central. Exhale. One more. And release. Cuddle your knees in. Take one foot down, take the other foot down. Slide your legs away. Well done. Arms over your head. Full body stretch out. Dig your heels into the floor. And a counter pose is to lift your hips up if you can. So your back muscles are now fired up. Your back is now extending instead of flexing. Your bottom's working. Your hamstrings are working. And then you flop. And that feels good. From here, knees bend, roll onto one side. Everybody okie dokie. That was a long lie down, wasn't it? So you're going to have either your arm above you with your head down and your knees in that crooked position, or if you want to work your shoulder girdle and your waist as well a little bit, you can be propped up here. This isn't obligatory, it's just an extra if you wanted to. But if you are propped up, there's no sagging. So you're going to lift your ribs, drop your shoulder down, check your hand is flat, keep this openness. The moment you think, oh, I'm starting to slump, lie down. Wherever you are, feet are together in line with your bottom, and you're going to turn your top knee out, take it down. Top knee out, take it down. Squeeze. Now this is all without, of course, twisting your pelvis back. I'm doing it already. So lazy. Turn out and down. Turn out. Oh, some clicky hips this morning for me. Good, Lynn. Nice and slow and oozy. And when you get to the top of that range of movement, You do an extra little squeeze just to stop your pelvis from rolling. You check your shoulders. Your head is on that diagonal, not trying to correct the world. Good. If you can, Elaine, just lift your ribs a little bit this side. Yeah, just the feeling of length through this side. Yes, that's it. Yes. Woohoo! Well done. Last two. And then I want you to go up and stay there. And we do our little pulse. And the pulse is a squeeze and a slight let go. And you just think you're about to soften and drop down. But no, no, no. And release. Come down onto your side. Head in hands. We're going to twist. Neutral spine. Lift your elbow and twist open. Squeeze your tummy to pull you back. Inhale, lift the elbow. Exhale, open, releasing the waist. Take a big breath. Come back. This head is nice and relaxed and heavy in your hands. And your face is turning with you. Relax the base of your skull where it meets your neck. And let that area feel weighty. One more time. You can't beat a good twist. Pop yourself up. Now then, if you are able to come up here, if anybody can't, let me know and I'll give you a sideline position. But if you're able to pop yourself here, then that's where we are. So we've got our knees crooked. We're going to lift our hip up. We're not doing many of these, but we've got our hip up. We're opening across the chest. And then, if you can, you straighten out your top leg. Now you're welcome. In fact, we will all come down again. Bend your knee, come down. And then we're going to lift, straighten out the top leg. Good. Bend your knee and come down. So foot to foot, knee to knee. Lift, straighten out your top leg. Somebody's pulling that foot. Come down. And then lift. Now you're welcome to come down and rest, or if you can stay here, bring the top leg forwards and then take it behind you. So you're swinging like a pendulum just from the hip. Your body isn't moving at all, and your chest is open. You're looking out in front of you, and you're lucky because we're not going to do many. But you take the leg as far forward as you can without flexing and as far back as you can without flaring your ribs. So it's all about moving from the hip. 4 more. Squeeze. You can do them. 3 more. Squeeze. Tummy held. 2 more. 1 more. And knee to knee. Release down. Well done. Over onto your tummy. You're getting warm. Have we warmed up a bit yet? Marvelous. So in this position, forehead on the floor, fingertips are going to be level with your bust. And because you're on your fingertips, your elbows are up in the air like a cricket. And you're going to engage your pelvis, of course, stays level. You're going to engage your upper back muscles and peel your head, your neck, and your breastbone up. And I want you to think of squeezing the elbows back towards each other so the chest is open. Staying on your fingertips. You look sort of out through your eyebrows. You're not looking forwards with your chin and your head. You've got your chin tucked in, back of the neck long, but you're looking out through your eyebrows. You are looking forwards. And then release down. Going again, you're on your fingertips. Here we go. Peel up, head, neck, breastbone. Squeeze your elbows back. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. So the bottom of your ribs are still down. Your belly's still down, but it's not poking out. And then release. Go again, inhale. Exhale. There's a swing from your sternum, oozing you forwards. Engage your upper back. Open out your heart and really get that upper back fired up. Now, can you stay here, baby cobra, and lift your hands off the floor without dropping your body? Marvelous. Can you breathe into your upper lung so you're not letting your belly pop out? Hands down and release. One more time on your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, draw your shoulders down, keep your elbows narrow, ooze your chest forwards, shoulder blades are drawing behind you, and lift your hands off the floor if you feel safe to. Your tops of your feet are still down on the floor. You haven't lifted your legs. Marvelous. Hands go down, release, bring your arms down by your side, turn your head one way, just stretch your neck. Give your hips a little wriggle, and then turn the other way. Curl your heels into your bottom, head central, and just rock your legs from side to side. Big windscreen wiper legs. Straighten them down, forehead on the floor. Your shoulders are hanging forwards, what I call trout face. You know, when you've got a grumpy mouth. I caught myself doing that the other day. My mouth was turned down. I was like, oh, heck. You're going to lift your head just off the floor. Let your shoulders hang. Now, when you let your shoulders hang and your arms go floppy, can you feel how your elbows curve outwards and your hands are floppy, your elbows are floppy? And if you look down on your body, they're like little jug handles. They're curves. They're sort of half moons, aren't they? Leave them floppy like that. We don't want straight arms at this point. You're going to inhale. Exhale. Simply glide the collarbones back to sort of flatten that curved mouth out. So instead of being a downturned mouth, with your shoulders hanging towards the floor, you've now got a level grimace face. It's not quite smiling. Now the elbows are still out to the side. Backs of the hands are still on the floor. Your triceps are not doing this work. Talk to your right shoulder blade and ask it if it'll just pull a bit nearer your spine. Talk to your left shoulder blade and ask it, well, could you just maybe come back a bit? There we go. And then you think, oh, now maybe there's a sort of slight smile going on. Slide the back of your hands along the floor so your arms go straight. Notice your shoulders might want to creep forwards. Don't let them. And then if you can, lift your arms just off the floor. Your forehead is very close to the floor. You've now got your upper back truly engaged. Everything else is chilling out. Your legs are relaxed. Your bottom's relaxed. I have got a slight tummy squeeze just to support my head weight. Flop. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Such a good postural exercise, this one. Forehead to the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, engage your tummy, lift your head. Let your shoulders hang like a trout face. Take a breath in. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades towards each other. Open the chest, but do not let your arms straighten. They're still curved. You've still got jug handles. So you should be able to feel some good upper back work. And we don't even have to go any further than this. Already, you are really helping your posture and preventing that kind of rounded back look. Slide your hands along the floor, but don't let the shoulders ping forwards. Lift your arms off the floor. So this is the dart. Now, if you can, squeeze your legs together and have a go at lifting your legs a millimetre or two. Notice when you lift your legs, you start thinking, oh, bottom, lower back, legs, and then you kind of forget to squeeze the shoulders. So now get your shoulders back a bit more. You'll feel a little bit more banana-shaped, curved from the shoulders and the legs up, and your spine will want to arch. So at this point, the tummy goes in quite strongly. And relax. Everything comes down. Only one more to go. Take a breath in. Exhale, leave your legs down, lift the head an inch, let the shoulders hang. Know what you don't want. It's good to have the contrast. Chest starts to open. Talk to your left shoulder, talk to your right shoulder. Slide the back of your hands along the mat and lift. Squeeze your legs together if you wish to, lift them. And now turn your palms, press them against your legs. And really get your shoulders back. You can come a little bit higher with your upper body if you want to. Really squeeze. Tummy up. Take a breath in and completely relax. Whoa. Rest your forehead on your hands. My upper back, blimey. Really feeling it this morning. Have a little wiggle of your hips. Hands go down next to your chest. Push yourselves up onto all fours. You're going to do a nice twist. So you're going to take your left arm forwards. You've got one hand underneath your shoulder, left arm forwards. Keep neutral spine for me, folks. Twist your right arm up to the ceiling, thread the needle, and as you thread the needle, sit back with your bum. Now, I don't take my bottom all the way to my heel. I lose the shoulder stretch. I keep my bottom slightly up in the air, and then I can press the right shoulder into the floor, if that makes sense. So choose how far back you go with your bottom. This left arm is reaching forwards. It's straight. It's like you're signaling the aeroplanes at Heathrow. You've got one arm up, one arm across. Let your head go wherever it wants to. Stretch the side of that right shoulder. A little bit of an upper body twist. And length through the left side of your waist. Up you come. Other side, right hand forwards, left hand under your shoulder. Twist your left arm up. And as you thread the needle, sit back, reach forwards with one arm, out with the other. Turn and look if you want to. Just kind of play around with how far back your hips go. If you go further back, your bottom tucks under. It's more of a imprint. If you keep your hips in the air, you can get a bit more neutral. So play around with where gives you a nice stretch in your shoulders. Are you reaching forwards with that right arm? And are you getting the side of the shoulder tucked under on the left side? And then back up. And guess what? Oh no, box 3/4 or full. You can go to a wall if you want to do your triceps there. So we're going to have our hands underneath our shoulders. Think about triangles. Elbows tuck in, forehead in front of your hands and lift. Elbows close to your ribs. Push the floor away. Smooth it out. There's no rush. You don't get stronger by doing 20 fast ones as opposed to 10 slow ones. I want you to engage your core. Let your head travel with you, not ahead of you. Elbows drawn closely in. Good. Inhale as you go down. Good. Keep the shoulders drawing down, even if you're at the wall. You might want your hands a bit lower. Yeah, that's better. Last 3 and up. Last 2 and up. Last 1 and up. Take a child's pose. Sit your bottom backs. Reach out in front of you. Ooh. Tummy in as you uncurl your spine. Coming up into kneeling. Tuck your toes under. So got your heels are higher. And then lift both arms up. Right arm stays up, left arm goes behind you. Can you reach back and get your heel? You might have to lean back. You might also be able to push your hips forwards and arch. If you can't get there and you want this arm down, it might feel a little bit easier. Reach, reach, reach. Tummy strong and up you come. And then both arms up. Left arm up, right hand behind. Push your heel of your hand on the heel of your foot. Squeeze your bottom, push your hips forwards. You can look down and feel how that is. And you can look up and feel how that is. Which one do you prefer? And then up you come. Marvellous. I'm going to swing round onto your side, facing this way. So you've got to remember to do your other leg. So you're either lying down on your side. If that's what you did last time, please do the same this side. Otherwise you'd be lopsided. But you're going to have knees sloping away, feet together. If you're propped up, you get your rib cage lifted, this waist lovely and long, shoulder open, hand flat. If you're on the floor, it's absolutely good. And then top leg, turn out and down, turn out and down. The rib cage lifted. Just watch that shoulder, Cynthia. Right shoulder, pull it down a bit. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And let your head go to the side a bit more. There we go. Pull it back. Nice. When it comes down, it doesn't collapse and have a rest. It just touches and goes again. Oh, just a little passing point. Boom. This core is strong and it's holding you and it's stopping you from turning. It's doing its job. Nice. Getting right into the medial glutes. Good support for your lovely hips. Last 3. Last 2. And go up and pulse. Pulse. Now the pulse is an extra squeeze and a slight let go. And it's in your bottom. Come on, Anna. Squeeze. Squeeze. Chest open. Don't slump into that floor. So it might not like you're doing much, but you are actually working here as well if you're propped on your elbow. Last 4, lift out the floor a bit more, Helen. That shoulder's creeping up a bit. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, and release. Come down onto your side, head in your hands. We broke it up. Lift your elbow. Rotate and enjoy. Squeeze your tummy to help you come back. And then go again, lift and melt and roll to a point that feels safe for you. Nice. So as you twist, let the head be heavy. Don't hold on to it. You're keeping your knees broadly together, getting the rotation in your spine. Letting your gaze follow the direction. Your neck is a continuum of your spine. How does this side compare with the other? And then pause, prop yourself up. Still got the shoulder joint drawn down, so I've given you a little rest on the old shoulder department. But your waist is lovely and long, your rib cage is lifted, nice. Feet are just in line with your tailbone, and you're going to lift yourself up and then bring it down. Kiss the floor, and then you're going to lift. You want something else, Sue? Bring it down. You want the waist hitching instead? Are you okay? Oh, shoulder. Yeah. So if you want to, you can do waist hitching like that. You know, the one where we have a little gap and then we close it. The legs are just going up and down with the waist. Yeah. Just do a few. Don't go mad. And then, folks, if you can, you're going to lift. Come down and let the knees touch. One more time, lift. Come down and the knees go together. This time, if you can do it, lift and hold. Your upper body is still. You can do the legs, Sue. Forwards, center, back, center. Keep your head back. Forwards, center. Good. Take it back. Center. If you need your underneath leg bent, so you can. Yeah. If you want to make it a little bit easier for the momentum. Still catching the swing with your abs. And back. And exhale. And behind you. And exhale. And behind you. Last time. And behind you. And release your knee to your knee. Come down and relax. Yay. Roll onto your back. Brilliant. Well done. When you get there, cuddle your knees in again. Oh, is it nice? Have a little stretch of your back. So the next move is a single leg stretch, and then we've got a single leg stretch with a twist. It involves curling your head up unless you want to leave your head down and have it on a cushion, you can. So you can do just the legs if you don't want to do the head curl bit. But to get us into position for those that are doing the head bit, you hold onto your shins, you inhale, and as you exhale, you push your legs away. Lift your pelvic floor, folks, retract your chin, and then curl up with your head, neck, and shoulders. Your kind of legs are pulling you. If you're not doing the head bit, then you're lying on your back. You take your legs up into a bent position like this, and you just find imprint. You make sure your waist is down. So wherever you are, your waist is down. And then you're going to stretch one leg out, and you're going to take hold of the bent leg with your hand on the knee, but the outside hand low down on the ankle. So you can still do it with your head down, and you can still do the arms. So you're going reach for the bent leg, reach for the bent leg, hand on the outside low, hand on the outside low. And you've either curled up or you haven't. Now, if it's easy for you, go slower and go lower. But if your head is down and you're going lower with your legs, make sure your back doesn't arch. So you can go lower, but just be careful that the ribs don't pop up. Yeah. Slow and controlled. Really nice. Well done, Jan. Really good. 8, 7, 6. Point your toes and be balletic for me. 3, 2, 1. And rest for a moment. Marvelous. So the next move where we twist and we take our elbow to our knee, you can't do that without lifting your head. So the alternative might be for you, which would be to bring one knee in and up towards your other shoulder and go back to neutral, and then other knee in towards your shoulder and back to neutral. So it's like a reverse curl. You've gone from neutral. In fact, let's all do it. Let's try it just out of interest, because it looks like so what, but actually you're working quite nicely. Feet are a bit wider than normal, pelvis in neutral. So you've got a little space, yeah? Arms relaxed. Draw your right leg up, take it diagonally towards your left chest, left armpit, and tuck deliberately into an imprint, and then control that leg back down. You're back to neutral. Bring your left leg up, take it across to the right diagonal, and think of crunching down in the middle so that you're now imprinted. Take the leg back down. Can you feel it? So you're going up and across the corner, and I can feel my ribs joining in. I'm kind of anchoring my rib cage down. So this knee is coming to my left ribs, and I'm thinking of not just curling my pelvis up towards me, but anchoring the left side of my ribs down. And then take that leg away, and then change. And down, and change. And down, create the space behind your waist, and then close it. Create the space. So that's an alternative to doing like a diagonal curl up without your head being up in the air. So if, and you know, nice and simple on your back. So if you prefer this, stay with it. Those of you that want to play with the single leg stretch with a twist, hold your shins again. Stay with the other if you prefer. Press your legs into your hands, tuck your chin down, curl up. And you're going to straighten out your left leg, keep hold of your right one. Take your hands behind your head for support and twist your torso looking towards the low elbow, so you've got a diagonal crunch, the same feeling that we had on that previous move, and then change up and across, up and across. The difference is that you've got a heavy head in the air, but still have that same feeling as you draw your knee in of closing the space between your, say, your left hip and right rib, or right hip and left rib. Think of that diagonal across your body and close the gap. Try and curl up and across, so you're not just rolling around. You need to go the other way, Viv. Right elbow to left knee, I think. Yes. So your fingertips are affording you a bit of support, but not a lot. Your elbows are back, and you're getting a nice, good workout here. 8, 7, 6, 5. Well done, Maria. 4, 3, 2. Come on, and relax. Slide your legs away. Oh, well done, folks. Have a stretch out. Dig your heels in, dig your shoulders in, lift your hips off the floor, have a wiggle around. And flop. Brilliant. From here, I want you to roll onto your side. Use your hands to push yourself up. And we're briefly going to have a hip opener stretch, hip flexor stretch. So left leg in front, right knee down. You can always rest your shin on a cushion and have your knee hanging off the front if your knee doesn't like being on the floor. You're in that 90-degree position. I want you to squeeze your bottom, tuck your tail down, curving it down to almost flatten your lower back and open the front here. Now, just slightly lift your chest and lean back. I don't mean really lean back, just a little chest rise and a little arch. You're still trying to tuck your bottom under, if that makes sense, but you're just leaning away from it a bit. Can you feel more stretch down the front? Ooh. Vertical, curl your head, neck and shoulders down. Might change it. Still driving your pelvis forwards. Curl up, arch back. Notice where you feel it. To vertical, do a little scrolly roll down. Head, neck, shoulders, you're not moved far. And then back to vertical, move this front leg forwards, take it a bit wider so you've got space. And you can either rest your elbow on your thigh. In fact, let's all rest our elbow on our thigh and then lift this arm up and over we go in a side bend. So you're leaning over the bent leg, opening into the waist on the other side. And you might feel again a bit of fascia release across the side of the waist, the hip, the lower back. Take a deep breath here. Big sigh out. If it doesn't suit you, just have both arms on the leg, it's fine. And then hands to the floor if you can get there. Have a little rock left and right. Shoulders on the inside of the knee. Immediately everybody's head goes down. It's like, yeah, I can relax now. Nope, lift your head up, flatten out your back, lift your chest, and you'll feel a bigger stretch. Whoa, marvelous. Push with your hands in the front leg, come back and pull your toes towards you. So that front leg is now straight. And if you can, get your balance. You can tuck your toes under on your back leg, come up a bit higher, hands on thighs. And instead of rounding your back to get your hands to the floor with your hands on your thighs, lift your chest and hinge. So it's like you're lifting your buttocks up and keeping your chest up and your heart up. You might not be able to reach the floor. That's why I'm saying hands on thigh. Don't push on the knee joints, just hands on thigh lightly. We've got a stretch in the back of that leg. Good. Nice. And rock forwards, release it through. We'll do the same 3 or 4 things on the other side. Right leg forwards, left leg down. It's an L shape. We've not gone too vigorous to begin with. Still beneficial. So squeeze your bottom, tuck your tail under, scoop your tummy in, you're vertical. And then lift your chest and heart while you're driving your bottom forwards and tucking your tail under. I can't feel it so much on this side. That's interesting. Ah. Nice. And then vertical, scroll, head, neck and shoulders, just a little curly down. This is for Anna, who's done a 10-mile run yesterday. 10-mile race. How did it go? Good. Were you Speedy Gonzales? Yeah, not bad. You're like an impala, you are. And then roll back up and then squeeze your bottom, lift your heart. Notice what that's like. Hip flexor stretch. Where does it get you in the quads and the hip and the waist? And then roll your chin chest down a little bit. Not very far, just enough to get the fascia opening. Back to vertical. Take the front leg forwards Lunge into it, take your elbow on your thigh. That might be all you want to do. Nice. Lift up the arm if you can, that's related to the back leg. If you can't, then rest both elbows on your knee. So if your arm won't go, then just keep your elbow on your knee and leaning over to your right. You can do that without the arm. The arm just helps the fascia to get a bit of a stretch. So your pelvic floor is lifted, your tummy is lifted, you're divorcing your ribs from your pelvis. Oh, nice. Are you still squeezing that back cheek? Bring your hands to the inside of that leg. Let the leg go wider if you want to. Shoulder on the inside. Have a little rock around. So you're exploring the hips. Chest up, heart up. And then push with your hands on your front foot. Tuck your toes under on the back foot to help you balance. And then pull this front foot up towards you. Can you feel how your body wants to twist to make it easier? Your hip comes forwards on this straight leg. I want you to just pull your hip back so your pelvis is square. Toes come up, hands on thigh. And if you wish, flat back and fold over. Don't curl over. You don't have to go far to feel a big stretch. I'm not very far off vertical and I've got a big stretch. It's more about tightening your quads so your front thigh is active. And breathe. Stick your bottom out, lift your tail. If it's wobbly, Cynthia, take your back foot across in a little diagonal. So you've got a little triangle and then tuck your toes under there. And it might just give you a slightly wider base to balance. That's thrown her even more. Oh. And then bend that front knee, rock forwards, come onto your hands and knees. Show me your finest articulating cat curl. Tail, pelvis, waist. Spine feeling good and fluid. You've done a lot of core work, a lot of leg work, a lot of waist work. We've done a sneaky set of triceps. You've done some twisting. You've opened into your hips and you've mobilized your shoulders a little bit with some shoulder stretches. So you can either stay here and tuck a toe under and get a really nice calf stretch if that's your preference. You can also be on your forearms if you don't like being on your wrists, and you can just do those. Or you can come up into downward dog, palms flat, give me a walk through. Oh yeah, stretch those calves out behind the knee, up behind the thigh. Try and flatten your back here, and when you walk, try not to bob up and down. Try not to move forwards and back with your walk. Isolate the legs. So your body is still, your torso is still. And then you'll get the movement in the feet and the ankles rather than the shoulders. That's better. Let both heels go towards the floor. Release your head. Push back like a trooper. Flare your buttocks. And release down onto your thumbs and knees. And then kneeling. Finishing with your left ear to your left shoulder. Have a little circle. Center. And then right ear to right shoulder. Chest up, heart up. Have a little circle. Move where it feels nice. Center. Retract your chin. Make 5 chins. And ease off. Fantastic effort. Well done. Thank you for coming.